Well, joining me now to discuss, former Brexit Party leader and Great Britain news host Nigel Farage. Nigel, we appreciate you being here. You obviously have seen this on a global level. You led Brexit. You know significantly more about finance than I do. My question here is, Bidenomics is being sold as a good thing, and people are still believing it. Why?
Because we've not had actually governments in America or the rest of the Western world that have been fiscally responsible in any way at all now for an extraordinary period of time. Remember, Carl, just a couple of years ago, modern monetary theory. Do you remember all that stuff circulating?
Yeah.
We can just quantitative ease, we can produce loads of money, all the old rules don't apply. And that's why the Fed and the Bank of England said, oh, no, don't worry your little heads about inflation. That'll never happen. Interest rates will stay low forever. I mean, it's difficult to believe just how utterly useless these people are. And I thought the clips you showed earlier on from your central bankers and finance directors kind of summed it up. You know, we're navigating with the stars under cloudy skies. Can you actually believe that somebody as powerful as Jerome Powell admits he hasn't got a blooming clue where America, the leader of the Western world economy, is going? So we've done things very badly. And remember this comment's important. Inflation is a disease of money caused by government.
Yeah.
We learned this back in the 1970s. Milton Friedman wrote about it extensively. We put in place, Mrs. Thatcher was in fact the leading global proponent of monetarist policies. She said the medicine will taste absolutely horrible, but we will cure inflation. And you know a funny thing? It worked. It worked. But the modern day politicians and central bankers have forgotten all the rules we learned 50 years ago. And that's why we've had inflation back in the system. Mm-hmm. And at some point, we have to understand that we've got to get budgets back in balance. And the way you've really got two choices. Either you massively cut government spending.
Which I'm for.
Well, absolutely. But politically, it's very hard to do. And even Margaret, at her peak of her powers, struggled to cut back spending. She did, but not that much. Right. But what she did was to grow her way out of it. So you either cut spending or you produce real growth. And to produce real growth, you've got to make life easy for entrepreneurs. The odd thing is this, that despite very bad economic leadership in America, I mean, rudderless, frankly, economic leadership, there is still something in the American economy. There is still enough entrepreneurial flair and will for people to get out there and pursue their own American dream. With the right American government, it'll be even.
Well, but Nigel, one of my bigger questions here is one is these people have, Jerome Powell is not new to the finance world. He was managing director and partner at a variety of private firms, was in and out of government under Bush and Trump even, and things like that. But all these people, they claim at the end of the month, they're like, look at how many jobs the government has created. And I'm sitting there thinking to myself, this is the highlight of I guess, stupidity. Does the government create anything, or do they just get out of the way long enough for people to survive and get burgers?
Well, that, of course, is, and we're all fans of burgers, and I agree with you, unless we're very careful, we'll all be eating far fewer of them because we won't be able to afford them. No, I mean, look, the Reaganite philosophy at the same time was, in the end, very, very interesting. Basically, get the hell out of government. Get government out of the way, and you'll make entrepreneurship even greater. Get taxation right. Get regulation right. You'll encourage more people to be entrepreneurial. And this ridiculous myth we, the government, have created. We look at the non-farm payrolls every month. We, the government, it's absolute nonsense.
Well, Nigel, the other thing, too, is, Kamala Harris, who may be one of the greatest blunders of vice presidencies ever, said this the other day. Look at this.
I want to thank, of course, our nation's champion, President Biden, for your leadership and commitment to lowering costs for working families in every way.
Well, Nigel, I looked at the price of these cheeseburgers. In the last 2 years during Biden's presidency, the price of a burger at McDonald's has gone up. So how are they saying we're lowering costs?
Because that's what political leaders without conviction do. They're in politics for rank, title, and position. It's all about the role as opposed to what you can do with the role to change lives and hopefully, pursue a vision for your country to make it better. And there is no vision with Biden and Harris. No vision whatsoever. It's all a great big blooming game. Yeah. And if you lie to mostly a mainstream, media in America that are uncritical of everything you do, because so much do they despise the conservative side, it's amazing what you can get away with. I mean, I don't know about Joe Biden running the economy. He doesn't know what day of the week it is.
Right. Yeah. Well, Nigel Farage, we're going to try to keep eating as many burgers as we can. We appreciate you joining us, sir.
Thank you.